Welcome to the NASA Nomad. This is the inaugural season. Not really sure what we're doing, but we're going to do it anyway. And just so you're all aware, this is not about you. This is about me and my therapy. So, little background. Do a little bit of everything. Always have, always will. Can't stay focused on anything for too long. So part of the shop is focused on the cars, the hot rods, and just having some fun tinkering. Over here, this is the wood shop side of things, and I'm a hack. I'm a novice. I'm learning right along with you. I'm quite sure there's others out there in the on the old interweb that'll tell you more about this than I can, but hopefully we can entertain one another, have a little fun. Week to week, not sure what we're going to be doing, but we're going to do it anyway. One week we might be working on the 61 Impala. I've got a tri-power sitting there that got some vacuum leaks we need to address, get that ready for the car show season. Over here on the workshop side, I've been struggling to get my workbench put together. Every time I have a big cabinet project to do or something, I'm always struggling with clamping, with vices, you name it. What I did is so that's what we're going to focus on now is just basically an unboxing of my Benchcrafted vices that I purchased probably well over a year ago. It might even be 2 years ago. And life happens. You run a business. You have, a family, and more ambition than we have time. So I'm going to go ahead and go with the split top Rubo bench. And I actually purchased the plans from Benchcrafted along with their hardware to give that a shot. I'm not one that works from plans very often. I kind of like to have things talk to me as I go and just create. But I was drawn to the Benchcrafted just because of the pure quality. I love tools. I love the workmanship. And just first glance at these. I mean, they're just incredible quality. I went ahead and upgraded a little bit and purchased the one that has the machined finish on it rather than the cast. I'm sure they'd have both been great, but just looking at this, online, it was like, oh, that looks nice. But then when you go to pick this monster up and you go, okay, this is the real deal right here. I mean, that is one solid piece of steel there. It's all packaged very nicely. They were very good and included everything. The corks for the vise. This is our that's our screw. And it just this is not what you expect anymore. This isn't Chinese quality. This is top shelf material. And again, this is just my first glance at all of these. Everything's packaged nicely. It's like Christmas for me, just to be able to get into this project. And just FYI, I've decided to do the bench out of hickory. That might not be the best choice. I really don't know. But what I do know is that I have a pile of beautiful hickory sitting over here left over from a big job. And rather than let that go to waste, I thought I enjoyed working with the hickory. So for me, that's what it's about. I was thinking about doing the leg on the vise out of a nice accent wood, maybe a walnut or something of that nature, although I do have quite a few different varieties of oak right here in my yard. I've got a portable sawmill, so that might be something we tackle. I've got hickory out here, oak. I've got some pecan, lots of cypress. These are the cast handles, I believe. Again, I haven't looked at this in at least a year, so it's kind of fresh. I might not be calling the parts out right. Wow. In this day and age, I just love being able to pick up something that's solid. The machining, it's just all very, very well done. Oh my goodness. Oh, there's our tail vise. Again, there is nothing about this that is cutting corners. That's cheap, lightweight. Oh my goodness. Wow. Look at that. You know, it's just a joy to use a good tool. Oftentimes when I find myself doing a project I've never done before, I just stop, take my time, think it out, grab the, like precision squares. I'm not precise enough to even worry about the accuracy of something, but I just love it knowing that, you know, the error is no longer in the tools, it's in me. And hopefully I develop into taking those tools more to the limit. Wow. Again, I can't even tell you what all these parts are, but very well thought out kit. I did a lot of reviews, a lot of searching before I purchased this, and it just seemed like this was the fit for me. And again, I know a lot of these guys, when I watch the different woodworking channels and whatnot, I'll see them use the you know, brand X Swedish benches and whatnot that cost, you know, thousands of dollars, and you know, and I often wonder why didn't they do their own benches. You know, it's like a welder that buys a welding table. I guess if you're a production welder, why not? But it just seems to me like, and again, this might be talking from ignorance, but it just seems like that's kind of one of the things you would want to start with is, you know, doing your own and learning as we go. Like for me, yeah, I build custom homes for a living, and for me, it's you know, I don't know everything about these homes at all. Things change, technology, tastes, and I'm learning oftentimes right along with my clients. But I love it. But for me, I need to be able to do something, have my hands on it, and get dirty and figure it out before I can ever tell somebody else how I feel it should be done. And maybe, and once again, oftentimes when I'm doing something for a client, building say a piece of furniture or something for them, I'll build one for myself first. I want to make the mistakes on my own stuff rather than, you know, this client, because that's my portfolio, that's my advertising, that's, you know, that word of mouth is everything. And you know, putting your first try out there isn't necessarily, you know, the best plan. I'm not one that's ever going to brag and say, oh, this is the nicest house I ever built. No, that's the nicest house I ever built is down the road. But I also want people to have confidence in me that I know what I'm doing, that I've done this before. I like one of the sayings that you know, talks about wisdom. You know, wisdom comes from experience, and you know, and good decisions come from experience, and experience comes from making bad decisions. You can interject that with wisdom or anything like that, but I'm learning that's truth. You know, make mistakes and you learn from it. I would like to say that I can just pick up instructions and do everything perfect the first time, but that's not the case. So these are the scissors on the leg vise, and I thought that they were regular, like a cold rolled steel or something, but these are actually cast. These are very heavy cast material. And again, I can't even tell you what all of this is, but I do know they come with great instructions. The blueprints I've been looking over for a long time. It's one of those things when I get a little frustrated, I can't get to it, I'll pick up the plans, look at it, start calculating, well, how many board feet do I need? How do I want to approach this? Like, I'm a hack with dovetails, and there's some pretty good sized dovetails in this. So that's something that I'll probably practice on something else first, because my way of thinking, you know, this hardware will obviously be worth far more than the bench. And again, I don't know what this kit costs now, but it was, I believe it was right around $1,000 for these vices. But I love the old time tools. I was looking at, you know, some of the pattern makers vices, the old Olivers, and what is it, you know, just some of the old wood vices and stuff. And it was really hard to find anything that I felt was going to fit my needs. So it's just time to go ahead and make something. and $1,000 to spend on this was, you know, it was a big decision. It's not something that you just do, you know, a spur of the moment, shoot from the hip thing. You know, we did our research and decided this was the way for us to go. So anyway, I once again, I think, you know, just the fit and finish on these, and for me, I look at this and say, I hope one day that, you know, maybe one of my kids would like to have this, or somebody that comes along in my life that just will use it, you know, because I've done some homes and I found these, you know, 200-year-old wood benches that people are using for coffee tables and end tables, and I look at it and just think, to me, that's a shame. That's a shame. That needs to be in somebody's shop, and that needs to be used. That's a part of history, something you could pass down, an heirloom piece. So for me, something that was built in a factory, that's cool, that's nice. You know, but something you actually do with your hands is what it's all about, and that's why, like on the hot rods, you know, like the Impala, it's going to be driven. The same thing with the 55 Nomad that we've got over there. We put an incredible chassis on that thing. It's got a lot of body work to do. It's tubbed. It's, you know, waiting for a power plant in there, but it's something that the family and I can wrench on and hammer on and sand on and do rust repair and just put a part of ourselves in it that says it's ours, and we're going to go drive it. We're going to drive the wheels off of all of these. That's what it's all about. It's about using them. We're not the type to just put something on the shelf. We're going to wear it out, and then we'll rebuild it again. So anyway, that's kind of what we're all about, and I don't know where this will go, if it'll go anywhere, but for us, it's just a little fun, something to keep us out of trouble and relax a little. So, you know, maybe we'll even bring some of the barnyard animals into it. We've got some turkeys and chickens that like to wander in and out of the garage at times, but anyway, thanks for joining us. I hope you enjoyed it. Put something in the comments. Let me know what maybe you guys would like to see, or hey, I've done that before. This is awesome. Look out for this. I'm all for it. So anyway, give me a like, give me a subscription, and I'll see you on the next video. Thanks.